Hi everybody, welcome once again to another Low on Health Daily Rambling where I kind of just go over what I've been doing recently. As always, not that much. Once again, probably played a little bit too much Modern Warfare 2 today. Really kind of just plowing through the levels and just kind of eagerly anticipating heavy rain, which should be coming in soon. But I just want to kind of mention some quick things here. Not that much really, but whatever. One of the people on my friends list basically mentioned this thing called Squall's Dead, which is, of course, Final Fantasy VIII's main character, Squall. It's basically this nice write-up, basically explaining after the end of Disc 1 of the game that Squall is actually dead, and then the rest of the game is actually basically a dream or like light flashing before his eyes of what it could be. And this basically is a nice long write-up of just the evidence, what it could can't be, a lot of quotes from the game showing how things were basic, but basically like things were simple and kind of realistic in the beginning of the game, then kind of go off the deep end after he supposedly dies. How a lot of the characters react differently after he dies. I mean, this is basically the shot where he gets, a nice, spike through the chest, which should kill him. But of course, it's a Final Fantasy game, so he can be revived or healed or whatnot. But a lot of people are saying that after that point in the game, everything kind of goes off rails. And this is a nice, interesting, long piece explaining, their thoughts, why it's this, why it's that. And I mean, honestly, it's very possible that it could be what it is. I mean, the writers, Japanese writers, it's up to translation and interpretation. But I really find it interesting. It's a nice long write-up saying, hey, this is what it could be. After reading it, I realized that yet again, Final Fantasy VIII is probably the weakest of all the Final Fantasies in my book, just because the story was just kind of weak, and this kind of blatantly shows some of the plot points, especially the love story, how it just kind of doesn't really make sense and kind of is just rather abrupt. But like I said, this is a really, really long article here, but I definitely recommend it. Of course, it's squallisdead.com that basically has it. And give it a read through. I mean, if you're interested, it's definitely worth the time to kind of see somebody's point of view and the explanation of, it could all just be a dream, which, a lot of movies and stuff kind of go by to, some movies and stuff might be better if you think it was just a dream, or maybe it was this, or maybe it was that. And this is just kind of like another interpretation of it. But yeah, I mean, give it a shot. Squall is Dead. I thought it was rather entertaining to read. Moving on, I want to mention Naruto, which these things, the gashapons that I keep showing up are. And I've been putting little videos here and there of Naruto. While doing research and stuff, and looking at the openings, I saw this opening, and then I realized I never saw this opening before. This opening played during one of the Naruto filler arcs, right at the end of the actual Naruto before Naruto Shippuden. And then I realized, why am I watching Naruto filler? Why am I watching Naruto? Of course, Naruto I do enjoy, just like Bleach. It's kind of just one of those guilty pleasures. But as the years have gone by, I mean, basically you have your story arcs and you have your filler arcs. Story arcs have poignant stuff. Filler arcs are just what they are, filler. Bake a cake episodes, in which case Bleach actually did have a bake a cake episode, which I thought was rather humorous. But with Naruto, I realized I'm yet again watching another filler arc, and I really want to know what's going on. And actually, I found out that, the manga is super mega far ahead from the anime, like it normally is. So what I actually decided to do is actually start reading the manga. I basically kind of started where when Naruto finds out about X's death, and of course I'm not going to say who X is, but he basically finds out about the death, and basically go through a bunch more training and fights. Basically read the other day just a bunch of manga for Naruto, and now caught up to it, caught up to where it actually is. In which case, I'm probably 3 years ahead of where the anime is right now. Like, the anime production's probably just going to milk it out for that, and I can't blame them. I mean, that's what they do. But I just realized I don't need to watch filler anymore. Basically, after watching Gangsta, and this is really quick. This is my favorite probably musical thing from Naruto, Wind, which is its first ending. Actually got me interested in Akabashi, which is basically a Japanese artist. And I basically bought a bunch of his CDs, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on, basically after Gangsta and watching the series and wanting to know more and getting the gist from the manga, I started reading that, and I said, hey, I might as well try that for Naruto and Bleach. And I'm really enjoying the Naruto, basically manga. I mean, a lot more happens. I mean, they don't want to milk it, I guess. It's just what it is. But I'm really happy I decided to do that, because now I don't have to worry about watching the newest, Naruto episode. Trudging through flashbacks of this and that. Now I can just read the manga when it comes out and be up to date with it. And I really like that type of up to dateness, being that on top of it. And I think that's just the way I'm going to go now for basically Bleach and Naruto. I just kind of just read the manga and kind of forego the anime. I'm not saying the anime the anime is bad for either one. I do enjoy them. It's just they get very long-winded, and when they're in their filler arcs, it's just really not even poignant to bother, because it's never going to be referenced. And a lot of things just are nonsense. What happens in these filler arcs, and that's just kind of my opinion. So yeah, that's that. Just I've been doing a lot of reading recently, and that's mainly Naruto. I'm gonna work on Bleach soon. Get caught up on that, and other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for all watching as always, and have a good day.